We have outer realm, inner realm. So it gives you access to inner realm, but inner realm is not the destination. We are using these two eyes to see. The internal, you can use the third eye to see. So if it is activated and you are seeing the inner realm, it's a very huge expanded presence. The inner realm is about 96%. Very huge. And the external realm that we are using these physical eyes to see is only 4%. If you go into the internal and you don't transcend external internal, it can swing you back into the external. The only way you can go beyond it is by just one. That is.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Jan Cosmic Foundation. And today we are looking at the dark side of spirituality. When things goes wrong in terms of spirituality, what happens? And we have the guru here, our usual guest, Dr. Baffour Jan. He is in spirituality, healthy living, life coach. So if you want anything concerning life, if you want some consultation, please check the numbers in the description box below. You can book and find time to see him, and he will explain things to you. Today, the dark side of spirituality. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening, beloved brother.
And I don't know, but with this topic, I'm wondering, is there a time when spirituality things turn the other side? Because we know spirituality is going back to the source, and sometimes things will turn, and instead of going back to the source, you'll be going down, 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 down.
Yes, actually, let me say, half knowledge is dangerous when it is considered to be full, when it is half. If you are halfway in the journey, but you record in your mind that you have arrived, that is the beginning of the dangers. You see. And it is happening in so many circumstances because of poor fount of knowledge to start with. If you are traveling and the destination is not clear to you, or wrong destination information is given you, then on the way you get to some place and you say, yes, this is the description, this is the place, I've arrived. And if in the long run that is not the truth, that is not the place, then for sure there will not be the things you are looking for there. And the expanded peace will not be there. That means the fully expanded peace, the fully expanded joy, the fully expanded love, unconditional, will not be there. And one assuming that he has arrived, and these things which show the place where these things are manifest, if one falls short of it, the danger is that one will sometimes do things with the other motives. And one who has arrived doesn't have those motives.
So how do I know I've arrived or I'm on the right path? Because, Doctor, there are a lot of information circulating around.
Yes.
In terms of spirituality.
Yes, I will explain some things to you.
Following those.
Yes. Let us take some examples, you see. When people are on self-awakening journey, they are actually pulling away from the lower expressions of energy in their system. And the lower side of the centers of the what we call chakras, energy centers, yes, they link us to body consciousness, more worldliness, and so on. Then the upper centers are connecting to higher things, which are getting closer to spirit nature, where there is this expression of this profound peace, where there is this unconditional love and the bliss. So these are in the higher side connecting. But the danger is this. As long as you are in the connecting system, you haven't reached. So the connecting system, if we are taking it through the body like we are saying, then you come all the way to a very high point we call the third eye. And once it is fully activated, it gives you access to the inner realm. We have outer realm, inner realm. So it gives you access to inner realm, but inner realm is not the destination. This is something seekers miss. Seekers are not given the truth. See, the external, we are using these two eyes to see. The internal, you can use this third eye to see. So if it is activated and you are seeing the inner realm, it's a very huge expanded presence. And I've always told you it is in percentage, the inner realm is about 96%. Very huge. And the external realm that we are using these physical eyes to see is only 4%. Now, if we are shifting to the inner realm, it's great, like, it is like wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And in that sense, we think that is the destination. Shifting from the external to the internal, most people end up there. But it is an unfortunate situation because inside there, you move through, and in the long run, you may even come back into the external because they are actually entering into each other in a very gradual way. Just like you are moving from one color to the other color. You see, from red going to orange. You see, it just changes into orange, but it is not sharp different.
So if you've gone to the internal, you can come back to the external.
Yes. You see, and this is very confusing because of the principle of desire. It can draw you into because it's part of it all together, but it's a portion, 4%, that is very gross. You see, but the other areas you are moving through it. But if you maintain certain desires that you were having in the gross side, sometimes moving round, you may go into it again.
Okay.
You see, so it is frustrating that you went through a cycle round, and it's like you thought you were going somewhere and you have arrived. But in the long run, you find yourself, you are back to where you started. Sometimes it's like that. Or things begin to decline again, and the cycle brings you in here. You see, the cycles working, they are not things that stay opposite. Opposite things don't stay opposite forever. They keep shifting this way, that way.
Like a pendulum.
Like a pendulum. So if you go into the internal and you don't transcend external, internal, it can swing you back into
The
the external.
Even
Even though the internal is so huge, you may be moving through it, but the swing can take you back into the external. And this is unfortunate for the soul, that he wants liberation, but he thought moving from the external to the internal is liberation. In a sense, it appears so, because actually the external is having expanded awareness to such an extent that things coming tomorrow, things happening far away, you can observe them in this universe, but it doesn't mean you have transcended it and become pure spirit. You see, so when one transcends it and becomes pure spirit, but still carrying the intention of playing a role in the drama, that is to help others to also understand the whole thing. That one, the person comes to play the role, but he's not living in suspense and anxiety and all this anymore. He's in control because he has had a taste of the truth and he knows it, and he carries it in his field. The frequency is very high, and yet he can play a role. And we want people to come that way and then play the role. You see, and when they play the role, they are very relaxed whilst playing it. You see, and that is really very good. So people aiming at that liberation and playing role, they don't get there, and short of reaching there, they think they arrived, and it's a very tricky kind of situation. It becomes like what we call sleep walking. Sometimes somebody is asleep, he gets up to walk, but he's still in sleep, and it's dangerous. He's still in sleep and it's dangerous, moving about whilst in sleep. See? So when you come into the internal like that, then you think you have awakened. When they talk of awakening, you say, I'm now awakened. But actually, you are still in the drama. You are still in sleep. You see? And that is very dangerous in some cases, because what you think you are in control of, then you see it's not so. It turns something else.
So, Dr. Beginners, how do we identify the right path? Because, for instance, as you are saying, we see a lot of people sharing their ideas about awakening. Personally, I don't know anything about external, internal realm. I just know people are sharing their ideas. This morning, I was watching a video. The person was talking about health, and he was saying he's eating more cholesterol, more meat, more things, and he's having a nice flesh, a nice, beautiful body, and the whole Ghana, we know that person is awakened, and a lot of people we are following such people. Dr. Beginners, tell us where to start from.
Good. The point is, when you don't have knowledge about the whole drama, how it is going, then you move from one section of the drama to another section of the drama. And those who haven't moved from that section to where you are standing, They see, you can even talk like wonderful, here is wonderful, here is wonderful, and they are yearning to also get there. But it is no liberation. It is just, I've even given this analysis with a prison situation. Inside a prison, the prison is, it can be a huge place, but inside it, we still have cells, rooms that they lock people in. So if somebody is in the prison and he's locked up in the room there, then it's like almost like it is like double problem. You see, he entered a prison gate, he's now a prisoner. Now they lock him up in another room, cells. So it's double situation. Now, if somehow he looks through the windows and see people walking about, and they are also wearing prison dress, then it's like they are very fortunate, isn't it? They breathe fresh air, they are moving about liberally, and we are locked up inside here. We can't even turn ourselves, and the air, everything is tighter there. So you yearn to get out and join that person there. But then, yes, good, but not the best. The best is out of the prison.
Okay.
You see, but people don't know the difference. So once he's locked up, he looks through the windows and sees people walking freely about in the prison yard. Then it is not wrong. He wants, naturally, he wants to also be free like that. So some can have pride. See, you are locked up inside there. See, I am walking freely here.
But at the end of the day, you are
They are all
in prison.
prisoners. They are all in the prison.
Wow.
You see, so this kind of pride keeps them longer in the prison. Those who are not locked up and they are moving in the prison. Once they develop pride by comparing themselves to those locked up, then they too, they remain in that situation. Their souls will remain in that situation for very long. Even the fact that they are proud itself shows that they are in prison.
Sure.
You see, because outside the prison, all these things like pride and all these kind of things, jealousies and greed and anger and this and that, they are all inside the prison only. Once you leave the prison, none of those things is there. See, so because pride comes out of comparison. You compare one thing to the other and you say, this is better than the other. And then I am in this better position than you. You see? But where you cross beyond the prison, then the self-expansion is everywhere. There isn't anything other than you to be jealous of. There is nothing other than you to compare and see that you are better than. Everything is just a part of your very self. So it brings natural freeness, and you are freer than a person in the prison there, comparing and thinking he is better than the other this way, that way. You see? So there are pitfalls in this situation, and sometimes people are doing practices like the Kundalini and other things, but what it does is not actually liberation. You see, the highest thing it can do is to bring you to the highest frequencies within the prison. You see, so when it happens fully, then the third eye is fully blasted out, and you can have experiences. Now, these experiences are occurring only inside
The prison
the
yard.
prison. You see, so people want experiences, and it's only inside the internal that you have these experiences. But a really, really enlightened soul is beyond experiences. Let me give you another example that can help this way. You are traveling to a place very far, like maybe from one continent to another, and that destination is the liberation point. When you get there, then you are liberated. Now, traveling, if you are traveling by road, then until you get there, so many things to see on the way. Once you get to the destination, all those things are not inside there. It's on the way
To your destination.
to the destination. So too many things to see and feel and hear, and all that the senses are connecting, including the inner senses, because the senses that when the third eye is open, the senses that are working, they are inner senses. We have outer senses to see the outer or to perceive the outer realm. Then we have inner senses to perceive the inner realm. Okay. But inner, outer, they are all part of the drama. Okay. This is where it beats people. They think shifting from outer to inner is the goal, is the end. Now, if you are traveling, as I said, to the destination, and now you are going with a vehicle, along the route, you are seeing other cities, and you see forests, and you see rivers, and you see mountains, and you are crossing this and crossing that. So these are the experiences. You get to the destination, then all those things are no more there. Fine. Now imagine, instead of going with a vehicle, you take a flight.
Okay.
The flight bypasses all these things you were experiencing, and it gets you to the destination. So people don't know that it is possible to get to the destination without exercising the inner senses, experiencing inner world. They don't know this. So all they know is that you must be experiencing some inner things to show that you are going.
Yeah, that's what I know.
But every advantage, there is a disadvantage. The inner senses, as you are experiencing, it tells you the difference from the outer things you are perceiving. So it gives you assurance that you are on the move. Now you are now seeing this and that, experiencing this. So what you are seeing shows that you have traveled. You are still on a journey going. That is advantage. But the problem is when you don't know that the destination is not where the things are being seen. And that is the tricky side of it. So sometimes you settle on the way thinking you have arrived.
You've landed.
That is that is the other side of that advantage. Now, if you are taking a plane, the disadvantage is that the plane moving so fast, yet you feel nothing is happening. The plane is like hanging in the air, but it's at top speed. So the disadvantage is you think you are going nowhere. You see, yet You are the
going
one
somewhere.
going to the destination itself. You see? So there are ways that sometimes even the teacher can take somebody without letting the person pass through any experiences at all. But then you get to the destination of the peace.
Doctor, here there, if you don't see anything, I wouldn't believe you.
Aha! That
If you
is it.
don't do some magic
So,
things, change some things, no
yes,
one will
that
believe
is
you.
why sometimes the teachers will do those things.
Okay.
They take them through. You heard the statement that Christ made. You of little faith, unless ye see signs
Signs
and
and wonders.
wonders, you will
Okay.
not believe. He could take you without these signs and wonders. But you of little faith, unless ye see signs and wonders, you will not believe that he can take you this way without these things. You understand? Yeah. So anyway, target groups, people on that level, because of that, sometimes we have to take them through like that.
Okay.
But the teacher wants you to understand that as she's taking you through that, you don't get stuck on the way that yes, we have
Reached.
it's so wonderful here and you are settling. You see, this happened with Moses taking the Israelites. They get to some place, they feel comfortable, the people want to just stay there. And then he comes to say, the signal is there, we are going beyond here. And the people, they become, oh, you Moses, you are
We love the
disturbing.
internal world.
So anyway, all these things are kind of stories that carry something inside them that you need to go. And you see the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, leaving all these things, and where you are going, don't look back. And once they look back, it's a problem. So you are crossing all these, so just focus until you are at the destination. No turning left, turning right. It is this same reason that made the Christ make that statement that I'm the way, the truth, the life, and nobody goes to the destination without
Me.
without the Son.
Okay.
The reason he had to make this statement at their level, you see, a little move out of entanglement and people want to settle, they don't keep focus to continue.
Okay.
You see, even somebody sick, you make the person healthy, and that is enough for the person, and he continues to dabble in the things which in the long run
Made him
him
sick.
sick. You see,
The
because
goal is to get healed. So when the person
now
is healed,
his goal is to get healed. After healing him, he has no more goal. And the lifestyle that made him sick, he continues to make it. You see. So the teacher wants you to keep focus on him and let him take you beyond getting healed. You see. Then he wants to take you all along. That is why he made that statement, so that they can keep focus. And then he can take them across this drama. See, anyway, but that statement applies to any grace Perez expression that is doing that same job, because it is the highest thing to do for any soul is to take him finally out of this prison or drama fully. So if that is the highest thing, and Christ says, if you follow things very well, you can do greater than I came to do. And yet the highest thing he came to do is to take you out of the drama. And it says you can do greater than I came to do. Then it means you can do that also. You see, you can do that also. But people don't pick the challenge. They think only he. But he is telling you, if you follow well, you can even do greater than I came to do. They don't pick the challenge.
And we are praising him.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
Doctor, so in case the practices go wrong,
Yeah.
let's say I follow the wrong path, then I mess myself. How do I come back to the natural path then?
Yeah. Yes. It only requires one thing. If the person has been caught in the inner realm and is in a mess and he doesn't know and is entangled inside it, the only way he can go beyond it is by just one thing, that is humility.
Humility.
Humility. If he's inside there with pride, he thinks he has arrived, then he has to pass through all the things. And even there, temptations come upon him and he falls. And he struggles through it, thinking he's at the destination, yet he's in complications. And the complications will teach him to let him know that he hasn't arrived. You see? But if he is humble, then it's easier for him to realize, no, this is not the end. Because if it is the end, my peace will be absolute.
Okay.
If it is the end, my joy will be absolute. And I will not even be seeking things in the drama. The drama, you can be involved in it, but to help others.
Okay.
Not beyond helping. You are not seeking anything for yourself. Anything that comes your way, it doesn't mean you reject it. You accept it and use it to serve.
Okay.
The thing will only come when it will be needed in service. It will come by itself. Then you accept it and use it in service. See? So your motive is totally different from other people's motives. They want the thing so that they enjoy it. But you want it to use it for service. It's a different thing altogether.
Wow.
You see?
So, Doctor, humility, you've touched on
Yes.
humility. Is it humility when I come to you? How do you
No.
explain humility?
It's an inner thing, not an outer thing. You see, so sometimes people do obeisance and other things, but when it comes to obedience, they don't. It means they are not humble. You see, so the prostrations and so on doesn't mean the person is humble. They mistake it to be humility. It's not humility.
What is real humility?
Yeah, real humility, what it is this. When one has humility, he gets to understand he has two roles because he's a seeker. He has gotten into the internal realm. He's ahead of those caught in the external realm. Now, he realizes that there are two roles. The first role is that as he is in the internal realm, he is like a teacher to those in the external realm. But at the same time, the second role is that he's a student for hire. You see, that is where humility comes in. But when that second role, he rejects it, then he becomes proud that he is higher than those in the external realm. So if he gets the understanding that he's playing two roles, and both roles are good, because if you are in the internal and you are helping those in the external, it is service. You are helping them to also head towards the internal. But then you don't forget you have another role to better yourself because you are still not at the destination. That understanding brings humility.
Okay. All right. Jan Cosmic Foundation, you're still watching us live here. We are talking about when practices goes wrong, what else? And how to, overcome all those things. Dr. Baffour Jan is helping us with answers from the source. That is how I put it. But let me know your comments, your questions down below, and he will answer all of these for us. Okay, so doctor, if you have something to wrap up.
You see, the dark side, when the person has entered into the inner side and he's able to see things, do things, and interact with others in the inner side, um, whatever he's doing with those in the external, because he hasn't attained full liberation, he can always have motives. Once you are in the drama, you have motives because it's the motives that keep the drama going. You want to achieve this, you want to. So, whatever service you do to those who are in the external, you may want something out of it. Sometimes you want name, you want praises, you want money, you want this, you want that. And whatever you do for somebody, it's because you will have in return some money, or you get in return some name, or something. You see, and once one is doing like that, then it is, in fact, he will stay in that drama for very long. He will keep in the drama, and he can fall at any time to lower side again. Because if you do service to somebody, and let's say the person is, let's take the situation of health. Now you are in the internal, so internal energies are vibrating higher than external. So you can apply some things and help the person to have better health. But in the process, what you let the person go through, because you are doing it with motive, and your motive may be money, money, money. And meanwhile, the person, by the time he has gotten to you for help, or he has nothing. So he may have to sell his important things because of you demanding so much. He has to go through debt. He has to go and borrow. And because you are demanding so much, your motive for helping the person puts the person in more problems. And once you do like that, then you also accrue something. So the helping is not just helping, it carries something that will have to come to you. If you do something for somebody, you get something back.
So those balancing principles you talk about will come in there.
Yes. So whatever you did to the person, you have given the person more anxiety. You are healing the person, but you are making him sick in another aspect, because these things, I call them viruses. You give anxiety to the person. Anxiety is a virus. They all make the person sick again from another angle. You see, you put stress on the person. In the long run, you have healed him. He may end up picking anxiety to the point that he may even be depressed. So you healed him physically on something, and mentally you make him sick. You see? So all those kind of things people are doing to themselves when they are in the inner side and capable of helping people. Rather, they help them with motives. You see? But when you transcend, you don't carry motives.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it may resemble, but when you get close to the person, before you know, he has no motives. Okay. And then the other person, you think he is in the internal side, he's also helping people in the external. You get close to the person, then you know he has motives. So these are the things that bring differences. If you are observant, you get close to the one who is helping from the internal side, and you see motives. That means he has not transcended. But anyone who has transcended, you get very close, then you see that no motives.
It's a real person.
But standing from outside, you may not see the difference. Get close. If you get close, then you can see the difference.
Dr. Final words.
Yes, finally, beloved brothers and sisters, yes, get this understanding as you are on the seeking spirit. You have the seeking spirit within you, and you are seeking. Get the understanding that we have three things, and the goal of your seeking is the third thing. The first thing, you are locked up in body consciousness, external. There is internal, but internal is not spiritual. We misuse that word, spiritual. Spiritual means something connecting spirit, connected to spirit, or coming from spirit. And spirit is the third factor. So you move, when you start the journey of seeking, the end of the journey is spiritual realization, realizing you are spirit. And anything less than that is not the end of the journey. And there may be so many things to demonstrate in the inner realm, the internal state, a lot to demonstrate. And that is what traps people, because you see this and it's miraculous. Compared to the external, it is miracle. But compared to spirit, it is nothing. You see, internal realm activities are miraculous because you are comparing it to the external. But compare it to spirit, and those things are nothing. Nothing. Because the whole internal realm and the external together is like a dot inside spirit. So what can be in that dot? That is something wonderful for spirit. Nothing. No miracles in the spirit state. That is the truth that people don't know when they are seeking. You see. So get it right from beginning, so that when there are these, it doesn't mean don't experience or don't give no attention to those things. But once you are meeting the miracles, when they are happening in your way, just understand that it is on the way to the realization. Just that understanding, and nothing wrong. Then keep on, and finally you attain. Thank you, beloved.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Baffour.
Yes.
Thank you also for watching Humility. See you next week.